Hey there, Changemakers. Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Kira Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today we are going to dive into your spring breakthrough. So I wanted to do this because it's a new season and we are well into April. In fact, April's almost over, and I wanted to just share with you a breakthrough that you are happening in your life. So I'm going to connect with your guides and we're going to share some messages about your breakthrough. All right, take a deep breath and we'll go ahead and connect to your intuition. And you can pick your pile. All of the pile times are in the timestamps down below. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Again, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we'll go ahead and dive into pile number one. Okay, you have such a positive breakthrough this spring. I am so excited just for you and just even to be here to give you this reading. So let's dive in. All right, the core central energy of your breakthrough is about authenticity. You are having a really monumental breakthrough in like who you've been trying to manifest your next best version of yourself to be. So you've been spending all this time really working on self-love and this dedication to, finding the beauty in yourself and nurturing yourself and giving yourself the love that you so effortlessly give other people. You've been having these beautiful fantasies and daydreams about what you want your world to look like. Maybe you've been doing a lot of journaling and automated writing and I want to call it future forecasting for some reason. But basically where you journal out what it is that you see your life as, and you write everything in present tense. And the really great news is this is your big breakthrough. You are actually in the process of making your dreams a reality, and you're really showing up for yourself as the leader that you have really wished to be in your life. So this is a big, big confirmation message that your hard work is paying off right now. In this moment, you are becoming the star. You are full of this new vibrant energy. So just know that, your whatever vision that you have held about your life, this desire to shift parts of your identity, to reaching more fulfillment, to being this more evolved version of yourself is working. It's working, and it's so cool to see. So it has definitely come with its challenges, but this is your big breakthrough, is that these identity pieces within you have shifted. So you have really actually taken things that have been just daydreams and you have been actually shifting. Now, I will say from personal experience, when you go to shift different parts of your identity, different parts of your personality, your daily habits, things like that, it can be really hard to actually step back and see the progress because you have an image in your head, and even if you are making actual leaps and bounds towards that, until your life really fits it perfectly, it can be hard to give yourself credit. So your guides specifically want you to understand that it is so important for you to look at every single piece of evidence you have in your life of these shifts, whether they are teeny tiny things like you've added an extra glass of water and you are drinking it just out of habit now every day, to your energy levels, to really a lot larger things, right? Maybe you've moved, gotten into a new environment, maybe you have different work or a different job or a new business, or maybe you've just been able to really see that in your personal interactions, you are able to show up with so much more love and compassion and wisdom. Like you can show up and have the wisdom of knowing that comes along with having done the personal work to get there. Hopefully that makes sense. But basically it's like, you know, say you're with your family members and they drive you crazy, and instead of engaging with that feeling and engaging with them from that place, you remember, okay, I just need to have some compassion in the moment for myself first and foremost for getting flustered with this, and also for them because I can understand where they're coming from. So that's kind of the concept, is you get to show up differently in people's lives because you have gone through the self-mastery steps in order to be able to even do that. So your guides really want you to also take a deep dive. And I think one of the things that will be so inspiring for you to connect the dots is to understand, okay, when you started out this vision, you were in space A. So maybe go back and look at your journaling, look at maybe you kept notes on your phone. Think about the conversations that you were having, your original intentions, and then look at where you are right now. So even if you don't feel like you're like, you know, my whole entire life is changed in this, you know, huge epic way, it has shifted so much that your guides want you to really understand the monumental size of your growth. They want you, because that's where you're going to generate so much energy. That's where you're going to you see how excited she is. She's got her sword. She is ready. There is freaking sparkles and stars coming out of her. Like this is the energy you are carrying. And you can do that because every single step that you have taken, every single ounce of dedication on your good days and your bad days and your mediocre days and your amazing days has all led up to you being the most authentic version of yourself, and you continue to walk down that path. It is such a special time, and your breakthrough is as you recognize yourself, the truth of yourself, the deeper wisdom truth of yourself, as you embrace the universal wisdom in yourself, and as you embrace the progress you have made in your own personal evolution. That's where you get to really understand the star power. That's where you get to really understand your soul's radiance. Now, if you are a person that really enjoys walking the spiritual path, because personal development and spirituality, like if you're in spirituality and you are actually actively working on it, you will have personal development. And a lot of stuff with personal development will automatically open you up to more of your authentic soul self. So if you are open to those things and you are really enriched by those things, then your spirit guide's giving you the invitation towards meditation so that you can experience more of your higher self, your soul, spirit. I keep coming back, it's this deep universal wisdom. It's like you're the essence of who you are and everything that you have learned. You have so much wisdom to give, and you are a living, breathing version of that. So even if you aren't having to articulate and tell people wisdom, you are living that wisdom. Whether that's how you take care of your body, whether that is how you take care of your relationships, whether that is the totality of everything, and how you, at a core soul level, relate to being incarnated in this time, you are allowing that wisdom to radiate through your own authenticity. So one of the most beautiful things about this kind of wisdom is that you can model it. You model the behavior. You model it by walking into a room and your energy affecting that room, by the way that you react to the circumstances of your life and the people of your life. And it is such a gift. So I really feel like your big breakthrough is that you have peeked through this dream that you've been having, the thing that you've been working so hard at manifesting, and you have actually stepped forward fully into it. And now the universe is just like, and your guides are like, you need to really recognize and appreciate how far you've come, because that is going to give you the soul clarity that you need to understand that you have already had this massive breakthrough. It's huge. That's a huge, huge thing. And if you don't feel like it, again, you need to look at where you've come. I know it may not be like the finish line, but you have to really get that you have really changed. You have really shifted those parts of your identity. You have really shifted your beliefs, your behaviors, and ultimately you have cleaned out the mirror enough where now more of your authenticity is radiating and your soul is radiating out more. So pile number 1, I am so freaking excited for you. This is really, really cool. Leave me some star emojis if this was your pile, just to let me know that you are here, because yay for you. I am so excited for you. This is freaking beautiful. It's so beautiful. And what a great feeling to have, to know that like your hard work has paid off. It can be so hard to stay dedicated to this stuff, and you've done it, and I'm so proud of you. So pile number 1, I hope that you like this reading. If you do, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe, and until next time, I hope you have a really beautiful and obviously blessed day. Pile number 2. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's dive into this. Pile number 2, you are my power pile. So your big spring breakthrough is you are getting your power back. Let's dive into the cards. All right, the very first thing that is just literally shouting at the rooftop, you've got a lion and a roar, strength. You got the shadow kitty, and you have a lion with a beautiful woman, and this one's all about having your true power. So this is reclaim your power, power, power. You are getting your power back. I can tell in your cards that you have mentally gone through some anguish. You have mentally had to really work for your self-esteem, for your voice, for your clarity, for your vision, for your direction, for your purpose. Like, you have been focused, and your big spring breakthrough is that all of this power that you have been like, I want it back, is coming back to you. Now, one of the pictures and images I love the most in this reading is actually the 6 of Swords, and that is because it looks like she has just battled, killed all of the bosses. Their broken swords are behind her, and she's like, I am walking off into the destiny of my life. Ooh, you are the main character of your story, and you have just overcome maybe depression, anxiety, a lot of worries, a lot, like whatever you have been through has been mentally taxing and hard. And sometimes that's just juggling life. Sometimes that's the battles we have with ourselves. But ultimately, the thing that you are striving for is what you are getting. I just wanted, like, I'm so in love with all of these cards. The benefit to this too is that you have the Queen of Pentacles energy. So this tells me that as you have defeated your inner demons, the barriers, maybe you even had somebody at some point just like challenging you mentally, you have been able to defeat all of that. Like, you have managed to do that, and because of that, you're so capable now. You're so capable. You are really getting on top of the world. This could be about literal finances, that you will have more finances coming in now because you just can do more. It also may be that whatever area that you needed to reclaim, you are successfully reclaiming this. This card for me, the goddess cards that I pulled for this particular reading, that was like, what is the essential energy that they're having their breakthrough with. And yours is about having true power. You know, we live in a society where the power dynamics like aren't fully shared. We're navigating them, but we don't always know what they are. And it can be hard. It can be hard to find your voice. It can be hard when you feel like you are generally a empowered person and then you get into situations where you just don't feel that way. It can be hard when you are generally feel like an empowered person, but then maybe you're in relationships that have slowly chipped away at you over time. Whether they're work or personal, old family relationships, it's hard. I would say it's hard to stay empowered a lot of the time. And there's always kind of these ebbs and flows, but you have successfully been able to pull this out. And I will say, I don't feel like you're like power hungry. You're not like a person that's like charging forth and obliterating all around you. No, like you get how the heart has to be tied to power. You understand that self-respect means standing up for yourself. You get that being empowered means that you have healthy boundaries and that you help people understand how they should treat you, right? So I just want to point that out because I think sometimes there are certain people that are so scared of their power. I mean, obviously not you, but people get scared of their power and you shouldn't be. I call this the shadow kitty because to me this is like, if this was like your yang, this is the yin. If this was your outward expression of, you know, standing up for yourself or fighting back when you need to, or setting your boundaries firm, this is that quiet, dark, I'm going to call it feminine energy. This is your subconscious and also just the part of you that is innately connected to the divine and innately whole, right? Because a lot of times the empowerment that we're seeking is that sense of wholeness, contentness, knowing. It's like, you know how you see the people who truly are holding their power are the ones that are relaxed and aren't engaging in ego battles because they don't need to. They don't need to show it off. They don't need to tell you they're powerful. Literally, them walking through a room says everything that's needed. That's where you are. I'm so excited for you because ultimately it's leading to balance. Ultimately, this is what you've been seeking. You've been seeking balance. You have put so much love and devotion into what you're doing. You have trusted so much. You have had to learn how to retrust yourself. You've had to relearn how to trust your commitments, trust that you will protect yourself. You have had to really learn how to have faith in yourself again, and you've done beautifully. You've done so beautifully for this. So your big breakthrough, you get your power back and it's safe. It's safe for you to be balanced. It's safe for you to stand up for yourself. It's safe for you to give yourself that same devotion and love and care and protection that you would give your best friend, your kids, anybody that you love. Like, you are doing that for yourself. This can also mean that you've previously put a lot of mental energy, a lot of things going out, and you have been calling all of that back in and healing those parts of yourself and bringing that energy back into who you are. And I love that. I love this pile. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you because what a gift that is to be able to roar when you need to. What a gift that is to be able to walk through a room and not have to engage in ego battles because, like, literally you don't need to. You don't need to. You're like, I'm cool. I'm confident. I got this. Maybe you're going out and getting a new wardrobe. Like, I just feel like you are a badass with everything. And I admire that. It looks really cool. So pile number 2, your big breakthrough, you're getting all your power back. Call it back. Stand up for yourself. say what you need to say, and just know that you are safe and protected. And ultimately, everything that you do out of an act of love and power for yourself is going to bring you balance. And it's important. And you are really being in the world and showing people what that healthy balance is. So that is such a gift. All right, pile number 2. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click the subscribe button. And until next time, I hope you have a beautiful pile number 3. All right. So the really big breakthrough energy of your spring is about playfulness. It is about bringing the energy of play. And one of the most beautiful things about the energy of playfulness that we really lose as adults, because it's so frowned upon for us to play and not be serious, is it's okay to make mistakes. It is okay to try things out. It is, I know it's going to hit a lot of you. I am right there with you. I need this message as much as you do. It is okay to not do everything perfectly. It is even okay to start certain things and not finish them all in one sitting. Like, progress is better than perfection. And I know I'm here in the US. I am a trained good girl. Like, we are taught to be perfect. We are taught to do everything right the first time. And while yes, it does help with productivity and helps in certain circumstances, it also is such a huge challenge. Now, I bring this up because your big breakthrough is actually in some really huge areas for you. So one, I can see over here, we've got the Emperor reversed, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the 9 of Cups reversed. So my friend, you've got the Wands and the Swords. Goodness, you have been fighting a battle. And this battle is about your personal empowerment. It's about feeling in control of your life, making the money you want to make, having the emotional fulfillment you want to have, and like, you feel like you've been duking it out, and you have. So good news is you are going to be making really positive progress in all of these areas. Part of this progress is going to be coming actually through your dream state. So as much as you can, like, watch your consciousness as you fall to sleep and watch it as you wake up. And what does that mean? So even if you don't have a meditation practice, the last like 5, of course you should have good sleep hygiene, but let's be real, a lot of us like to watch our phones until the last minute at night. Just cut yourself off like even 5 minutes beforehand and really focus in your inner world, and watch your thoughts. That's probably the easiest way to like watch your consciousness come in and out of consciousness. So just practice it. It takes a while. It's really hard to do if you imbibe any kind of substances. So do it on days when you're not doing that, and just keep practicing it. Some people, when you've had like a long-standing meditation practice or a long-standing like ability to quiet your mind and look inward, it will take you usually less time to be able to accomplish this. But if you're like most people, it may take you a little bit longer, but don't give up, because your dreams have some profound things that are shifting, and it's a part of your breakthrough right now. You may also find that doing lucid dream practices right now would be really, really, really good for you. You can talk to your angels, you can talk to guides, you can talk to pieces of your subconscious, you can talk to passed on loved ones through connecting with the infinite space that our dream space is. There is also a point when you are dreaming. I've always experienced it as watching the most like fulfilling sunrise. It's usually always sunrises for me, but it might be different for you. But there is a point in our dreams where we get to connect with the thing that we're all underlyingly, deep underlyingly yearning for. And a lot of times, the only times I've really accessed this outside of meditation and like moments of stillness is through dream space. So just know your dreams are helping you do a breakthrough. There's also some really huge gifts in there. If you're able to connect to either lucid dreaming or writing in a dream journal or watching your consciousness slip in and out of that dream space, you have messages coming in. And if you're prophetic, which you actually may be and not actually realize it, you will be able to get these clips and snips of what your day is going to be like, events are going to be like, your next thing, and that will help you understand where you're on track. That was a lot about the dream space, but it just felt like there's so much. There is really like a lot in this. Spirit has really come in today. Your spirit guides are right with you. And that's part of the reason they want me to talk to you a lot about your dream space, because they have been trying to reach some of you like with very big dreams, and also maybe some very dramatic dreams. Like they're just like hammering it, like, hello, pay attention, wake up in your dreams. So again, that lucid dream practice may be really, really helpful for them to actually be able to speak to you in a more dramatic way than just your day-to-day. They also want you to understand. So your breakthrough is on these big subconscious levels and these deeper subconscious levels. You have been trying so hard to get your power back in life. You've been trying so hard to pay off your debts, to get the money you need, to build your dream life, to feel that vision that you have of what success and wholeness and completion looks like. And so your spirit guides are saying you are having this breakthrough, and the only way to fully get to that breakthrough is through learning a couple of things, and I'm going to tell you what they are. The first one is you have to learn to be playful. And like I said at the beginning, the reason for this is because when we play, it's okay to make mistakes. When we play, it's okay to try out different things and see if they work, instead of putting all of this pressure, like this thing has to work, and if it doesn't, I'm doomed. Like your spirit guides are like, you have to chill out on that. You're pushing too hard to force things to be an exact way you want. And every time it doesn't work out the way you want, it's crushing you, right? Like it's hard to get back up when you're going through those rotations. So they're really just saying like, hey, lighten up, play with this, like put your, the things that you were pinning on and hoping for, put them out there in a playful way, and breathe and relax and just know it's practice. The second thing is embracing this in between. We really get, and this is a part of the entire culture around personal development, we really get focused on our end goals, and like you're never at the actual end. It's just the goal changes, right? When you reach it, it's just the goal changes. And the person you really need to fall in love with is the person in between, is the person who is looking at the past and the future, the person who is straddling both of those lines. There's a lot of character development in your spread, which is a very loving way that I like to handle life's challenges and stresses. So I like to call it character development, and you've got a lot in there. So Spirit's just reminding you, fall in love with the messy, chaotic version of you that is in between. And parts of this is like, yes, you are learning stability and you're learning this growth and this thing, and there's still that parts of you where you're like, I'm not perfect, so why do I deserve the thing that I am striving for? And that's really, I feel like that like sums up so much of our lives, right? Like, I'm not perfect. Why do I deserve the thing that I long for so much? And we don't really talk about this in personal development, but like they say it in this way: you fall in love with being on the journey. And I would say it like this: fall in love with the person that is on the journey. Like, fall in love with you that's messy and that doesn't have everything figured out, but is like showing up and is trying new things and is, constantly moving forward as much as they can, even if you feel like that's not a lot. Because ultimately, one, you have some very dramatic and boisterous spirit guides that are helping you, or they're making me really just like, they're really funny and they're just like loud. They're loud. And they want you to know that Spirit has a plan for you, and your breakthrough is learning these things. Because outside of learning to be playful and falling in love with the version of you that lives in between who you were and who you want to be, the third thing is you have to learn how to surrender. It's such a huge deal. And I feel like every single freaking year, and I'm in some kind of circumstance where I have to learn how to surrender over and over again, or deeper and deeper. Like, I don't know the lessons of surrender ever fully done, but I think it is important for you to understand that there is a level of trust in the universe that you are developing. And the reason that surrender is so freaking hard to learn is because it's scary. It's scary it's like, you're doing a fall trust with the universe, but you have all of these circumstances that say you shouldn't trust the universe because things haven't worked out very well. But ultimately, your spirit guides are showing you in what way to surrender, and how to allow the universe to take care of its part so that you can take care of your part. It's a really beautiful lesson to learn, and every time I've had to learn it, it has deepened my devotion, and it has just blown my heart open. Maybe not blown it open, but like, we'll say melted. It has melted it open even further than I thought it could go. So your spirit guides are really here. I get I get a grandma type of spirit guide, like a wise crone. Like, do you ever meet those older women that just are hoots? Like, you're just like, oh my God, you are a handful. You're an 80-year-old handful. What are you doing? That's how I feel about this spirit guide. Like, they're telling me they're classy. They're classy and funny and rambunctious. And they are talking to you through your dreams as much as they can. So pile number 3, you have a really cool breakthrough. Like, you are actually getting the empowerment and the money and the emotional fulfillment that you need. You are winning your battles. So just remember, be playful. Fall in love with the you that is in between the past of who you were and the future of who you're becoming. And surrender. Trust that Spirit has a plan for you. Your guides are right there. And learn the very sweet and beautiful, sometimes challenging lesson of surrender, because everything is working out and this is your spring breakthrough. All right, pile number 3. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.